Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Trustmark Arena for today's game between the University of Montevallo Falcons and the Point University Skyhawks. Some of the keys to today's game is the Falcons, they have to play tight defense. This Skyhawks is a very high-power offense. They average 72.5 points per game. We also have to get the offense firing on all cylinders. Get Braxton Bertolette out, firing early, and Gardner putting himself in the paint. We also have to make these second chance shots. UM's last game out, won against Shorter at Shorter 53-46. Point also winning their last game against St. Andrews 103-60. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yet again, welcome to Trustmark Arena for today's game between the Point Skyhawks and your Montevallo Falcons. Last time out, the Falcons got their first home or away conference game against the Shorter University Hawks. Freshman Tyler Moore made his first career start and dished out a team-high 5 assists to go along with 6 rebounds, 2 points, and 2 steals. Braxton Bertolette added 16 points with Austin Latch contributing 9 points. Freshman guard MJ Jones has been named the GSC Freshman of the Week for the 4th week in a row. The Skyhawks are also coming into today's game with a big win over St. Andrew Knights, 103-60. In that game, they had 3 people go into double digits, with Jack Gray going 18 points, R.J. Selman with 15 points, and Jentrell Taylor with 11 points. The starters for the Skyhawks, they have number 1, Jake Smith, number 4, Justice Hayes, number 14, Sam Reeves, number 22, Jack Gray, and number 25, Javier Turner. And then for your Falcons, they have starting Braxton Bertolette, number 3, James McNeil, number 4, Tyler Moore, number 24, Mason Shiflett, and number 32, Aiden Gardner. As I said before the game starts, some of the keys to tonight's game, the Falcons have to play tight defense. As you know, the defense is one of the bottom parts. This Falcons defense is one of the bottom half of the GSC. And this Skyhawk offense is a tough powerhouse as they are averaging a 72.5 points per game. As we saw last night, they also scored 103 against Andrew Knights. Another thing for the Falcons, they got to get this offense firing on all cylinders. That means getting Bertolette firing off early and getting Gardner in the paint more. They also have to make these second chance shots whenever they get their rebounds. Now, the ball, Jack Gray puts it over to Turner. Turner with the ball. It's going to go out and be the Skyhawks ball. Point is 10th in points in the AAC, averaging 72.5 points per game. They're fourth in field goals for the AAC, as they are 354 and 803, which is 44.1%. So Tyler Moore now with the ball. Now back to Moore. Moore trying to find this opening. Passes it down to Gardner. Gardner trying to drive in. Makes a move. Puts it up and misses it. And Jake Smith collects the ball for the Skyhawks. He drives in, puts it up, and in for two. Jake Smith, he's the top rebounder on defense in the AAC, and he is fourth in total rebounds, getting 8.8 per game. Moore over to Bertolette. Bertolette now with the ball. Shiflett with the screen. Three, in and out. Jake Smith passing it down court to Sam Rees. Sam Rees over to Jack Gray, and Jack Gray puts it in for a three. Moore now with the ball. Place, I don't think the Falcons were looking to find themselves down by 5, but it is early here in this game. Shiflett passes down low to McNeil. McNeil lays it up for two. James McNeil puts that in for two. Jake Smith now with the ball for the Skyhawks. Over to Jack Gray. He tries to pass it all the way across the court, and miscommunication there between him and Justice Hayes will now become a Falcons ball, and on the inbound is Braxton Bertolette. Checks it in to Tyler Moore now. Bertolette, he's third in scoring with 64 field goals, 28 three-pointers. And that ball goes out of bounds and will be a Falcons ball. J.C. McNeil on the inbound, and we will see a check-in here for the Falcons as Austin Latch checks in the game for J.C. McNeil. Now with the ball is Aiden Gardner. He puts it down low to Braxton Bertolette. Braxton Bertolette puts it in for two. Braxton Bertolette creating some separation there on his defenseman and easily walks in and lays it up for two. Smith now with the ball, trying to conduct the Skyhawks offense. Jack Gray now with the ball, gives it back to Smith and over to Turner. Now the ball is Sam Rees. He gives it to Hayes. Back over to Turner, then over to Smith. Smith with a deep three, and he misses. And Braxton Bertolette now with the ball for the Falcons. Screen by Gardner. Bertolette with the little jumper. He misses. Gardner gets the save, puts it down to Shiflett, and Shiflett gets stuffed. Jake Smith now with the ball, passes it, tries to pass it court side to Sam Rees, and Shiflett there to get the steal. Latch now pulls up, shoots a three, and that's off the inbound, but Shiflett coming in hot, and he tries to put it in. Second chance shot by Austin Latch, and that one is laid up and put in for the Falcons. Jack Gray trying to make a pass over to Sam Rees, and that goes out of bounds as he looked at himself in frustration. Now checking in for the Falcons is Jamaris McCray, and on the inbound is Braxton Bertolette. Checking in for the Skyhawks is number 11, R.J. Selman, and number 3, Gentrell Taylor. Gentrell Taylor made himself very known the other night against the St. Andrews Knights. As he shot for 11 points was 5 for 6 on field goals and 1 for 2 on free throws. Moore now over to Shiflett, down to McCray. Shiflett, he drives in, tries to put it up for 2, and that's going to go off the rim, but he will draw the foul. That's going to be, that's on Jantrell Taylor, and Shiflett will go to the line. The Falcons this season are first in the GSC on free throws, being 117 for 144, which is 83%, and that one from Mason Shiflett. It's a miss. First shot to the charity line is a miss. Now he steps up for his second shot. This one is up, and that one is in. Now on the inbound is Selman. Now with the ball is Gray. Falcons playing tight defense on the other end of the court, trying to see if they can force the Skyhawks to make an error. Now with the ball is Jake Smith. He gives it off. It's Taylor, and he gives it off to Selman. Selman tries to make a move to drive in. He lays it up, and that one is missed, and McCray is there to get the rebound. Now with the ball is Tyler Moore. He gives it off to Shiflett. Shiflett dumps it over to McCray. Now Moore. Back to McCray. McCray pulls up, shoots a 3, and he misses that one. And Turner's there to get the rebound and give it off to Smith. Smith drives up in and takes a step back. Smith back out to Gray. Gray drives in. Over to Taylor. Down to Smith. Shot clock at 10. Smith now with the ball. He tries to make a move. Shot clock at 5. It's up and it's missed. But Taylor's there to get the rebound. And Gray now with the ball gives it off to Turner. And he tries to make a pass. There was no one there, and it goes out of bounds. And we will have a media timeout. Your score, 5-7 with 14:51 left. As we get back onto the court, Falcons up 7-5 here in the first period. James McNeil will be on the inbound and will give it out to Tyler Moore. Moore gives it off to Latch. Now Jalen Thorpe has checked into the game. Over to Moore. Down low to McCray. McCray gives it back to Moore. Tries to set up a screen. He passes it down low to McNeil, and he tried to get it to Latch as it was going out of bounds, but that foot comes down and will be a Skyhawks ball. Now, Smith over to Gray. Back over to Smith. Falcons still trying to play a tight defense. Gray over to Selman. Back to Smith. Smith over to Gray. Selman with a 3. He misses, and Thorpe is there to get the rebound for the Falcons. Over to Tyler Moore. Back to McNeil. Over to Moore. Moore drives in. Lays it up in, and he misses, but he's there to get the rebound. Over to McNeil. Now over to Latch. Latch with the 3. And he makes it off of a bounce off the front rim and in. Smith over to Gray. Gray makes a move, takes a shot for a 2, and he makes it. Now with the ball is Tyler Moore. Jack Gray, 11th in AAC in field goals, being 62 for 129. He's also 11th in the AAC in points with 166. McNeil tried to drive in and put it up for 2, and he misses. And Gentrell Taylor now tries to put it up, but he's going to get blocked by Tyler Moore. And Tyler Moore will end up drawing a foul here. And Gentrell Taylor will now step up to the line for the Skyhawks. His first shot is up, and it's a miss. Checking in now for the Falcons is Braxton Bertolette and Aiden Gardner. And in for the Skyhawks is number 10, Ben Ross, and number 33, Theo Montgomery, TJ Montgomery. And Taylor's second free throw is up and in. McNeil now with the ball. Trying to conduct the offense. McNeil makes a step over the latch, back to McNeil. McNeil wanting to get it to Gardner, but he can't. Gets it over to Gardner. Gardner trying to make a move, dribbles in, puts it up, and in for 2. Aiden Gardner. Aiden Gardner, last game against Shorter, had 8 points, was 3 for 7 in field goals, and 2 for 2 on free throws. And Ben Ross drives in and puts it up in for 2, but he will draw a charging foul. And it will be Falcons ball as Bertolette is on the inbound. Bertolette last game against the Shorter Hawks had a total of 16 points, was 7 for 11 field goals, 1 for 14 on threes, and 1 for 1 on free throws. Bertolette now with the ball. Bertolette over the latch. Latch fakes it to Bertolette over to McNeil. Shot clock at 8. Over the Latch. Latch shoots for a 3 and in. Austin Latch with another 3. Selman over to Ross. Ross has the ball now. And it's a big cover, and they will draw the travel on Ben Ross. Now checking in on for the Skyhawks is number 12, Kenton Steele. And we will have a media timeout. Your score 15-8, 11:40 left. As we get back into it, Skyhawks are 3 for 7 on field goals, 1 for 2 on threes, and 1 for 2 on free throws. Same thing for the Falcons. They are 6 for 15, 2 for 5, and 1 for 2 from free throws. And Bertolette lays it up in for 2. And the pass into Ben Ross. Ross with the ball. Passes it over to Steele. Steele back over to Ross. Ross makes a move, drives in. And he will lose control, and it will go out of bounds. Latch will be on the inbound for the Falcons. He passes into McNeil. Latch, last game also had a total of 9 points, was 3 for 6 and 3 for 5 on three-pointers. Thorpe with a 3, and he misses that one. And Taylor's there to get the rebound. And Ross drives in from down the court and lays it up in for 2. McNeil now with the ball for the Falcons, over to Bertolet. Bertolet down to Gardner. Gardner down to McNeil. McNeil drives in, lays it up in for 2. J.C. McNeil lays it up in for 2. And the Skyhawks will call their first timeout of this first period. As well, it will be a media timeout. We return to play, 10:33 left. Score is 19-10 in favor of the Falcons. Currently, the highest scoring Falcon is Austin Latch. He has 8 points total so far. Now with the ball is Ben Ross of Skyhawks. He passes it over to R.J. Selman. And there will be a foul called on the Skyhawks. Now on for the Skyhawks is Jake Smith and number 22, Jack Gray. J.C. McNeil with the ball. Gives it over to Latch. Latch down to Gardner. Gardner, he's dribbling in towards the paint. He makes man move, and he puts it up in for 2. And Gardner. He is a defensive force to be reckoned with as he leads this Falcon team in blocks. He's also the featured Falcon as Aiden has played in 10 games with 9 starts for a total of 216 minutes of playing time. This season, Gardner has contributed 92 points and 39 rebounds for the Falcons. Jake Smith with the ball, pass it up to Gentrell Taylor. Gentrell Taylor for a 3, and he misses off that back edge of the board. J.C. McNeil passes it down to Aiden Gardner. Aiden Gardner almost runs out of room, and he passes out to Shiflett, and Shiflett now trying to regain control. McNeil now over to Shiflett, now over to Latch. Now J.C. McNeil, 10 seconds on the shot clock. McNeil over to Shiflett, Shiflett for 3, and he misses off that back edge. Jake Smith now with the ball. Passing it over to R.J. Selman. R.J. Selman with a 3. And he misses that one. But 33 is there to get the rebound. Smith now with the ball. Passing it down to T.J. Montgomery. And he will draw the foul.
Shooting 2 for point, number 33, T.J. Montgomery.
T.J. Montgomery up to the line. His first one is up and in. His second one is up, and it is in as well. Falcons, or the Skyhawks, are 4th in free throws for the AAC. They are 165 for 234, which is 70%. Falcon, Moore over to Shiflett, down to Gardner. Gardner out to Moore. Moore wanted to take his 3 there, but he passes over to Bertolet with 10 seconds on the clock. And they try to pass it to Bertolet, and it goes out on the Skyhawks. the inbound will be Tyler Moore. He gets it up to Aiden Gardner, and he passes it right back to Tyler Moore. Tyler Moore makes a move, try to go in and lay it up, and he misses. Smith now with the ball, passing it over to Jack Gray. Gray over to Smith. Smith fakes over to Selman. Now with the ball, Sam Reeves. He gets it to Smith. Smith tries to move in. He's moving in. Loses control of the ball. Burnett gets it to Gardner, and now Tyler Moore with the ball. J6 McNeil back to Tyler Moore. Down low to Aiden Gardner. Gardner driving in, lays it up in for two. Aiden Gardner lays it up in for two and makes the gesture of he is small. We will have a media timeout here. Score 23-12. Falcons up with 7:53 left here in the first period. As we get ready to start this, get back into the game, Aiden Gardner and Austin Latch both have 8 and 6 points. They are both 3 for 4 in field goals. Latch is 2 for 3. Selman drives in, gives it to Taylor, and then back to Selman, and he puts it up in for 2. Tyler Moore now with the ball. Gives it to McNeil. McNeil drives in, puts it up, and that's just off. Up to Sam Reeves. Sam back to Smith. They set up the screen. Now Gray with the ball. Over to Selman. Selman drives in, steps back, up for 2, and he misses. And Moore is there to get the rebound. Moore makes a man miss, shoots and misses. And Smith is there to get the rebound. Smith over to Gray, over to Sam Reeves. Reeves over to Selman. Selman with the 3, and he misses that one, and Gardner is there to get the rebound. Moore again with the ball, over to Bertolette. Bertolette drives in, tries to give it to, was trying to get it to Gardner, and he loses control, and it goes off his foot and out of bounds. Now on for the Falcons is number 0, Jamaris McCray. Sam Reeves with the ball. Jantrell Taylor was just sitting there as the rest of the bench was trying to communicate to Jamaris McCray that Taylor was sitting there. Jantrell Taylor over to Gray. Gray puts up a jumper, and he misses off the front edge, and Bertolette gets the rebound. Bertolette over to Tyler Moore. Moore back to Bertolette. Bertolette takes a deep 3, and he misses. And Gray gets the rebound for the Skyhawks. Smith now with the ball. Gives it to Jantrell Taylor. Then back to Sam Reeves. Sam Reeves trying to find an open man. Gives it back to Smith. Smith making moves, drives up, lays up in for 2. J6 McNeil Checks it into Tyler Moore. Selman, another key person for those Skyhawks, had 15 points. Moore tried to lay it up in, but missed. Shiflett was there for the rebound, tried to put it in, and he missed. And now Smith gets the ball for the Skyhawks. He makes a move, dumps it to Taylor. Taylor drives up and lays it up. And we will have a foul. And it will result in a Gentrell Taylor 2 free throw shot. R.J. Selman had 15 points and was 6 for 9 on field goals, 3 for 5 on three-pointers in that big win over St. Andrews. And checking in for the Falcons is Jalen Thorpe. Also checking in for the Skyhawks is number 4, Justice Hayes, as well as number 25, Javier Turner. Now at the ball, Tyler Moore. Moore. Now over to McNeil. Now to McCray. Back over to McNeil, back over to Moore, and then down to Thorpe. Thorpe drives in, steps back, loses control, keeps trying to make a move, and he gets the ball smacked out of his hand by Gentrell Taylor. Gentrell Taylor, another key person for the Skyhawks. 11 points, 5 for 6 on field goals, and 1 for 2 on free throws for that win against St. Andrews. Smith down to Gentrell Taylor. Back to Smith, over to Gray, over to Hayes, now to Turner. And then Burnett, he gets the steal, he's driving up down the court. He lays it up over to Burnett with a little finger roll. Smith down to Taylor, and they will draw a foul. The Falcons will draw a foul on Jake Smith. Falcons are 9th in the GSC, and Point is actually 5th in the Appalachian Athletic Conference in the NAIA. McNeil with the ball over to Latch. Over to McNeil again. And back to Latch. Latch with another 3. And in! Austin Latch with another big 3. Austin Latch, ladies and gentlemen. Makes another big 3. He's now at 11 points and is 4 for 5 on field goals. And Javier Turner for the Skyhawks absolutely throws it down. But Austin Latch, 11 points. Over to Jalen Thorpe. Jalen Thorpe makes a man miss. Back out to Jamarius McCray, and he will draw a foul. That's Jalen Thorpe. Austin Latch, again, ladies and gentlemen, as I stated, has 11 points, is 4 for 5 in field goals, and 3 for 4 on threes. Now, this Falcons offense is 4th in the GSC on 3 points made, averaging 9.3 per game. And that's all thanks to Braxton Bernalette himself, as he is in total has 28 3-pointers. He is also has a total of 186 total points. He's averaging 18.6 per game. One person we still have not seen tonight is MJ Jones. MJ Jones has been voted Freshman of the Week in the GSC for 4 weeks in a row. He has a combined 104 points on the season, is averaging 13 per game, and he is 7th in free throws, being 21 for 25. As we get ready to start start back over with 3:24 left here in the first period, Falcons up 28-20. Jack Gray checking it in to Hayes. Now over to Smith. .31. Urges Muhatinche of the Skyhawks has checked in. Jamars McCray draws a foul. That's his second personal. And stepping up to the line for point is Javier Turner. His first free throw is up, and it is in. Checking in is Aiden Gardner as Turner steps up for his second free throw. This one is up, and he misses that one, and Bertolette gets that rebound. McNeil now with the ball for the Falcons. Making moves over to Bertolette. Bertolette down to Gardner. Gardner now trying to drive in. He puts it up, and he misses, and Smith is there for the rebound. Over to Hayes. Hayes to Mahatma, and Mahatma misses, and ball bobbled around, and was rebounded by the Falcons, but it will be a Skyhawks ball as Jalen Thorpe gets the foul. And now Mason Shiflett checking in for Jalen Thorpe. Turner now with the ball, tries to drive in, and he misses completely. And Bertolette now with the ball, he's driving in, lays it up, and in for two, Braxton Bertolette. Now with the ball, Smith, over to Hayes, over to Mahatmaj. And that's going to go out of bounds here near the near side of the scoring table. And it will be a Skyhawks ball. Smith gives it to Hayes. Now over to Jack Gray. Jack Gray loses control, and McNeil is there to get that ball. And Bertolette drives in again, puts it up for two, and he misses. And then Gardner, it looked like, tried to get the rebound and slam it in. That was actually Austin Latch. And now Smith with the ball for the Skyhawks. After Urges, and Urges misses. Shiflett gets the rebound and gives it off to McNeil. McNeil with the ball. The screen set by Shiflett over to Latch, over to Shiflett. Shiflett fakes. Steps back over to McNeil. Shiflett fakes again, drives in, puts it up, and he gets stuffed by Turner. Smith now with the ball. Makes a move, tries to put it up, and he lost control, but Urges is there to get the ball and puts it up and misses. And McNeil swipes it out of his hand. Bertolette down the court, drives in, puts it up for two, but he misses, and Turner gets the rebound for the Skyhawks. Now Hayes with the ball for the Skyhawks. Gives it to Gray. Back to Hayes. Smith now with the ball for the Skyhawks. Over to Urges. Urges with the three, and he misses, and Gardner gets the rebound. 50 seconds left. Over to Shiflett. Shiflett drives in, makes a move, lays it up, and in for two. A backwards spinning layup into the net, ladies and gentlemen. Very impressive. 30 seconds left here in the first period. Falcons up 32-21 on the Skyhawks. Smith will hold the ball and let the clock run down just a little bit more. They try to set the screen, give it over to Gray, and Gray down to Turner. Turner being double covered. He loses control, and Gardner gets the ball over to Shiflett. Shiflett puts it downfield to Bertolette. Bertolette tries to drive in, and he loses control and will have a jump ball that will go the Skyhawks' way, it seems. Or it would be the Falcons, actually. And McNeil will be on the inbound for the Falcons. And now it will be Bertolette. Checking in for the Skyhawks is Sam Rees. They give it down to Gardner. Gardner trying to make a move in. He steps back, does a jumper, and in for two. Aiden Gardner, ladies and gentlemen, makes us move and steps back and does a jumper and puts it in for 2. Your score going into the half is 34-21. Falcons up. Senior halftime stats: 18 rebounds for the Falcons and 20 for the Skyhawks. Falcons were 15 for 37 on field goals, 3 for 10 on threes, and 1 for 2 on free throws. Skyhawks 7 for 22 on field goals, 1 for 9 on threes, 6 for 8 on free throws. Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Trustmark Arena for the second half. Falcons up 34-21 here against the Skyhawks. Jack Gray puts it up in for 2, and he misses. Shiflett there for the rebound. McNeil, a little more. So, big story of the first half. Latch. Austin Latch with 11 points in that first half. Down low to Aiden Gardner. Aiden Gardner steps back, tries to do it too, but Turner gets a finger on it. Hayes, over to Gray, over to Reese, and back to Smith. Smith, now with the ball. Over to Jack Gray, over to Hayes. Hayes with a 3, and that one is in. Justice Hayes with a 3. That's his first points of the game. McNeil passes out to Moore, over to Shiflett, over to Bertolette. Shiflett now at the ball, steps up, does a 3, and that's off that back edge of the rim. Smith got the rebound, now over to Hayes. Back to Smith. Trying to set up a screen. Tries to pass it down low to Javier Turner, and that's a bad pass. It goes out the back end for the Falcons. Austin Latch has a total of 11 points. He's 4 for 6 and 3 for 4 tonight. Both Aiden Gardner and Braxton Bertolette have 8 points. Tyler Moore wide open for a 3, and does one around the world and comes out. And Smith is there for the rebound. Over to Reese. Reese with a deep 3, and he misses, and Shiflett is there to get the rebound. Passes off to McNeil. Shiflett over to Moore. Bertolette wide open for a 3, and he misses that one. And we will have a personal foul on the Skyhawks. Personal foul on Sam Reese. That's his first personal of the game. Gardner puts it up for 2, and he misses, and Smith gets the rebound. Smith with the ball. Tries to drive in, passes out to Gray. Gray over to Turner. Turner drives in, and he puts it up for 2, and he misses. Now the ball just being knocked around in the air until finally Gardner gets the rebound. McNeil now driving in. He steps back. McNeil makes a move. Thinks about doing a jumper, gives it to Aiden Gardner, and Aiden Gardner loses control, but will draw a foul on Justice Hayes. And now Gardner will step up to the line, it seems, for 2 free throws. Montevallo, yet again, is first in free throws, and Gardner was 2 for 2 on free throws the other night, and that one is up and in. Falcons continuing to improve that amazing stat in being 81% from the free throw line. His second one is up, and he misses that one. 1 for 2 on his trip to the charity line. Now Justice Hayes down low to Gentrell Taylor, and Gentrell Taylor puts it up in for 2. McNeil now with the ball for the Falcons. J.C. McNeil has 4 points on the night. Gives it over to Moore. Moore tries to make a move inward. And we will have a foul on Gentrell Taylor. Now checking into the game is number 0, Jamaris McCray for the Falcons. Tries to pass it down to Bertolette. Bertolette regains control of the ball. He keeps driving in, lays it up for 2, and it comes off the rim. And Smith is there to get the ball. And Smith and Bertolette gets the steal. He drives in. Smith covered, and he misses the layup, and Smith gets the rebound. Bertolette stealing the ball right out of the air and then driving down court and missing the layup. Now, Smith with the ball. They try to set the screen. Now Jack Gray with the ball. He drives in, lays it up, and in for two. Skyhawks are making a surge here in the early period. McNeil with the ball. Hayes tries to take a stab at it. Over to McCray. McCray with a deep three, and in, swish! A clean three by Jamaris McCray. Jamaris McCray stepping up with a deep three, well covered, and absolute swish. And Jake Smith also making himself known tonight and just walks right into the paint and lays it up. Moore with the ball. Over to McCray. Now over to McNeil. McNeil moving. Drives in, lays it up, and in for two. J.C. McNeil laying it up in for two. And it seems that the Falcons are now trying to play tight defense on the Skyhawks. Over to Hayes, back to Smith, over to Gray. Now Reeves with the ball, moves in. Justice Hayes drives in, lays it up. And there will be a foul. Personal foul on J.C. McNeil. And we will have a media timeout here. 14:54 left, Falcons up 40-30. It's being slow. So far for the second period, the Falcons are 2 for 9 on field goals, 1 for 4 on threes, and 1 for 2 on free throws. Skyhawks 4 for 7 on field goals and 1 for 2 on threes. Overall, Falcons are 17 for 46, 4 for 14 on threes, and 2 for 4 on free throws. Skyhawks are 11 for 29 on field goals, 2 for 11 on threes, and 6 for 8 on free throws. Leading point scorers for the Falcons, Austin Latch at 11, Gardner at 9, and Bertolette at 8. Skyhawks, Jake Smith, total of 8 points, and Jack Gray and June Taylor combined have 5. On the charity line is number 4, Justice Hayes. His first one is up and in. Justice Hayes has 4 points now. He is also 1 for 1 on field goals and 1 for 1 on threes, as he makes his second one as well, which will bring him to 5. McNeil now with the ball. Makes a move. Back out to McCray. McCray with another 3, and he misses that one off the crease. Over to Hayes. Hayes tries to drive in, and he has to back out. And R.J. Selman checks back into the game for the Skyhawks. He's making moves, drives in, pass it to Reeves, and Reeves lays it up in for 2. Skyhawks are clawing their way back into this one. In for the Falcons is Jalen Thorpe and Austin Latch. Moore tries to drive in, passes out to McCray. McCray gives it off to McNeil. McNeil, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Moore wide open for a 3, and he just undershoots it, and it hits that bottom edge of the rim. Passing it up to R.J. Selman. Jack Gray wide open on the other side. Sam Reeves with the ball. Gives it to R.J. Selman. Selman with a deep 3, and he puts that one in. R.J. Selman with a deep 3, and the Skyhawks are back in this, just down by 3, and Thorpe lays that one up in for 2. Jalen Thorpe lays that one on it in for 2. Jalen Thorpe, that's his first points of the game as well. Hayes with the ball. Gives it to Reeves. Over to Gray. Gray to Selman. And back to Gray. Gray with the 3. And he misses that one. McNeil with the ball. McNeil over to Moore. Set the screen up. Over to Moore. Moore fakes it. Moves in. And he misses, but he will draw a foul. Sam Reeves will be called for his second personal foul of the game, and this will allow Jalen Thorpe to go to the charity line for 2. Jalen Thorpe will now step up to the line for his first free throw. The first one is up, and it is good. Now checking in for the Falcons is number 32, Aiden Gardner, and number 1, Braxton Bertolette. Thorpe steps up to the line for his second free throw. And the second one is up, and that one is good. He has a perfect trip to the charity line. Smith for the Skyhawks now with the ball. Passes off to Selman. Selman drives in, passes out to Gray. Gray for a 3. And that one's around the world and out. Latch gets the rebound and gets it off to McNeil. McNeil with the ball, tries to set up the screen. McNeil still with the ball. He fakes, passes down low to Gardner. Gardner, back to Gardner, and Gardner puts it in for 2. Aiden Gardner. Laying it up in for 2. Aiden Gardner is having himself a big night again. Smith over to Reeves. Back to Smith. Over to Gray. Gray steps up, does a jumper, and he undershoots it, and Thorpe gets the rebound. Thorpe now driving into the paint. Moves over, gives it to McNeil. McNeil fakes. Tries to set up the screen. And McNeil steps up, does a 3, and around the world and out again. Selman now with the ball. He's driving in, gives it over to Smith, and Smith tries to put it in, but Dentrell Taylor's there to get the rebound and put it in for the second chance. And we will have a media timeout. Your score, 46-39 in favor of the Falcons. 11:42 left in the game. Some of the stats real quick. Falcons are 4 for 14 on field goals, 1 for 7 on threes, and 3 for 4 on free throws, bringing them to 75%. They're 4 for 6 overall on free throws, which is 66. 2 players in double digits, Aiden Gardner and Austin Latch, both at 11. Aiden Gardner's 5 for 9 on field goals and 1 for 2 on free throws. Latch 4 for 6 on field goals and 3 for 4 on threes. Jalen Thorpe, only one that has a clean trip to the charity line, being 2 for 2. Gardner and Shiflett both 1 for 2. Skyhawks, Smith still top scorer with 8, but Dentrell Taylor slowly working his way up there with 7. McNeil with the ball, gives it over to Thorpe. Thorpe trying to work his way in, as it seems that the 12, Kenton Steele, has checked into the game for the Skyhawks, and Jalen Thorpe there steps back and makes a jumper for 2. Smith with the ball, gives it over to Steele. Steele with a 3, and he makes it. Kenton Steele with a corner 3. Skyhawks are not going away without a fight. Jay Thorpe with a 3, and he misses, but Latch gets the rebound and gives it back to Thorpe, and Thorpe lays it up in for 3. Austin Latch got the rebound and gets the assist off to Jalen Thorpe. Selman, he tries to drive in, and he misses and goes down pretty hard as he's slow to get up. Jalen Thorpe drawing the personal foul. We will have another media timeout. Score 50-42, 10:48 left. Jalen Thorpe now at 8 points. And the Skyhawks will take a trip to the charity line, and that is Kitten Steele there to take 2 shots. First shot is up, and it is in. 2 Skyhawks have clean trips to the charity line, and now Steele will join those 2, being 2 for 2. McNeil over to Latch. Latch with a 3, and he overshoots, but it goes right into Gardner's hands. In a normal pickup game, everyone would call that a pass. But now on the inbound is Bertolette. And he's going to get it out to Jalen Thorpe and back to Bertolette. Bertolette gets it to Gardner. Bertolette again with the ball. He tries to drive in, and it's going to go out and be a Falcons ball as Smith poked it out of his hands. Moore will be on the inbound. He gets it out of Bertolette. Bertolette steps back, shoots 2, and it's off that front edge of the rim, and Gardner smacks it away, but Steele is there to get the rebound. They try to pass to Gentry Taylor, and he wasn't ready. Now Tyler Moore with the ball. Over to Shiflett. Shiflett fakes. Zip back to Moore. Over to Bertolette. Bertolette with a 3, and he misses that one, and Smith gets the rebound. Smith now with the ball. Over to Taylor. Over to Selman, and Selman with a 3, and in. R.J. Selman with another corner 3. Moore with the ball, gives it to Thorpe. Over to Shiflett. Over to Gardner. Over to Shiflett. Shiflett with a 3, and he misses, and Smith gets the rebound for the Skyhawks. Smith lost his footing. Smith now with the ball. Skyhawks only down by 3 as they've clawed their way back into this one. Selman makes a spin move and puts it up in for 2. The Skyhawks are now just within 1, as it seemed that the Falcons were only up by 13, and now the Skyhawks are saying, we're back, we're here to fight. Pass it over to Bertolette. Bertolette makes a move. Shiflett now with a 3, and bang! Makes it Shiflett swinging it and puts it in for 3. Now, can the Falcons regroup and try to get back on a tight defense and get this offense firing again? You know, they've been doing everything right all night, playing good defense, as well as getting this offense going on all cylinders. And it's stolen by Taylor. And Taylor will draw a foul on Gardner. And Gardner draws his first personal of the game. Making a trip to the charity line is Gentrell Taylor. Gentrell Taylor is 3 for 4 tonight on free throws. And he misses his first one. Checking into the game is Damaris McCray and J.C. McNeil. And yet again, folks, we still haven't seen M.J. Jones check into the game. And Gentrell Taylor takes a shot, and he makes his second one. And you have to think to yourself, if M.J. Jones is not in this game, are the Falcons at a disadvantage, or is it just that Coach Kamara is just wanting to save him for the big game against Union in just a couple of days? It's J.C. McNeil trying to pass it down low, and it goes off of Skyhawk, and Taylor gets the ball. Smith now with the ball. Now with a Gray. Gray trying to make moves, pass it down to Taylor. As now they're trying to double team Taylor, and he tries to lay it up, and he misses. And Shiflett now with the ball. And he gives it over to Moore. Moore over to Shiflett. Shiflett drives in, lays it up, and he gets stuffed. But Bertolette there gets the second chance shot off and in for two. Braxton Bertolette was there just in time for the second chance and lays it in. Smith now with the ball for the Skyhawks, gives it over to Taylor. Back to Smith. Smith over to Reese and over to Gray. Gray trying to drive in. He steps up, does a jumper, and he misses. And Shiflett gets the rebound. Shiflett with the ball. Makes a move and tries to lay it up. Does a fancy move as he lost his balance. And now Smith does a Euro and lays it up for two. And Bertolette will draw a foul. That's Bertolette's first personal and the Falcons' third team foul. As the Skyhawks have managed to get right back into this game as they were down 13 coming out of the half and are now just down by 3. Score 55-52, 6:53 left. You know, I said coming into this game, the Skyhawks offense just yesterday come off a big win, beating St. Andrews 103-60. In that game, 3 different players going into the double digits. And this offense it may seem low being 10th, but they are 5th in the conference for the Appalachian Athletic Conference. And what's got them there is that they are 4th in just field goals and free throws. And multiple players being within the triple digits on points. But the Falcons up here late, 6:53 left. They have to find something on the offense. Someone's going to have to step up here and get them back in this, as well as someone's got to step up on defense and cover all 3 of the big players that are making major points for the Skyhawks, as that is R.J. Soman and Jake Smith at the moment, as they're both at 10 points. 3 Falcons also in the double digits, as Aiden Gardner, Braxton Bertolette, and Austin Latch all in the doubles. Jake Smith making his 1 free throw. That would put him at 11. So 4 people on both sides at 11 points. Can the Falcons find some sort of answer here to keep them in the lead, as well as on defense? McNeil tries to drive in, gets it over to Moore. Moore with a 3, and Moore missing off the front edge. It's a pass to Kenton Steele, and Kenton Steele is just laid up in for 2. Kenton Steele now making some noise for the Skyhawks. McNeil with the ball. He moves, pass it over to Thorpe. Thorpe down low to Gardner, and out to J.C. McNeil. J.C. McNeil with a 3, and the swish. J.C. McNeil with a swish 3. Nothing but net. Smith with the ball. He drives in, covered by Moore. And Gardner smacking the ball out of the air. But Tyler Moore will get called for a foul here. And Jake Smith will take a trip to the charity line. 15 foul for the Falcons, and Moore's second of the game. Smith with his first free throw misses. Falcons only up by 3. Checking in now is Austin Latch. His second one is up and in, as they are now down just by 2 with 5:50 left. Falcons with the ball. Tyler Moore. Gives it to Gardner. Gardner to Moore. Moore drives in, tries to lay it up, and it gets smacked out of the air. And Selman now with the ball as the Skyhawks try to move down. Sam Reeves fakes. Out to Selman. And now back out to the point to Jake Smith. Jake Smith now with a Reeves over to Selman. Selman fakes, drives in, puts it up, and will draw a foul. That foul is on Jalen Thorpe, and the 16th foul. And Selman will take a trip to the charity line. This will be his first step up. And that was up and in. Shiflett now coming in on for the Falcons. This is just an exhibition match, ladies and gentlemen, but the Falcons wondering how they got to this position, as now the Skyhawks are just down by 1 with 5 minutes left to play. Moore with the ball over to Latch and then to Bertolette. Bertolette tries to drive in, loses control, and there will be a personal foul here. Checking in for the Skyhawks is T.J. Montgomery. And instead of it being a free throw, it will be an inbound, and Tyler Moore will be on the inbound for the Falcons. He gives it to Gardner, and Gardner gives it straight to Moore, and Moore puts it up and in for 2. That is Tyler Moore's first points of the game, and all the people that have been exchanged and subbed in have points, as Tyler Moore had a 2 there. Pass down low to Kenton Steele, and Kenton Steele misses. Smith gets the rebound, passes out to Reeves. Reeves with a 3, and that one's in. And just like that, the game is tied 60-60. Sam Reeves was left wide open and able to take a 3. And now Moore open for a 3, and he misses. And Bertolette tries to drive up in, and a foul will be called on the Skyhawks. Tyler Moore was left wide open for a 3, and he misses, but luckily Bertolette races over to the side near the Falcons bench and will get it. And then he makes a bunch of Skyhawks miss and will try to drive in and draws a foul, but now first throw is up and in. Bertolette, a big man in the free throws, and he is top of the charts. 30 for 30, now 31 for 31. This is his first trip to the charity line. He's going to step up for a second. Can he keep his record perfect? As that one is up, and it is in as well. Another perfect trip for Braxton Bertolette, being 32 for 32 now on the season. Smith with the ball. Skyhawks only down by 2. Selma with the ball. Selma does a jumper, and that one is in. Latch, fakes, back to McNeil. McNeil over to Shiflett, back to McNeil. Next, Shiflett wide open, 3, and in, using the bank. Mason Shiflett says the bank is open and in for 3. The Skyhawks have found an answer for every shot made by the Falcons. So can they make a 3 here to tie it back up? Kenton Steele now with the ball. Selman. He drives in, does a jumper, and that one's in for 2. RJ Selman takes a step back and jumps shots and puts it in for 2. 3 minutes exactly left here in the second period. Score is 65-64, favor the Falcons. So, now we have to figure out, with just 3 minutes left, can the Falcons find a way to just keep getting the offense fired up as the defense needs to step up and make some key blocks and stops. Bertolette at 12 points. RJ Selman, ladies and gentlemen, alone has 15 points for the Skyhawks. And they have 2 people in double digits, whereas the Falcons have 3. With Bertolette at 12 and Gardner and Latch at 11. Bertolette is 5 for 15 tonight. He's 0 for 4 on 3s, but he has a clean trip to the free throw line. As we come back out, the Falcons are 38% on field goal percentage alone, as the Skyhawks are 44%. So, 3 minutes left to play here. Skyhawks down by 1. Falcons, can they find an answer here to put more points on the board? Gardner tries to drive, and he passes out to Latch. Latch with the 3, and he missed. But Latch gets his own rebound and puts it up in for 2. Smith now with the ball. 2:30 left. He gives it to Selman. Selman steps over, gives it to Smith again. Smith drives in. Gives it to Taylor. Back to Smith. Over to Reeves. Over to Selman. Selman moves, shoots, and he just off that side of the backboard. Over to Smith. Smith fakes, dribbles in, gives it off to Taylor. Taylor loses control, and it will go out and still be a Skyhawks ball. 2:06 left now. Score still 67-64. Jack Gray will now check into the game for the Skyhawks for Kenton Steele. Jack Gray, who is one of the Skyhawks' top players, only having 5 points on the night. Smith lays out. Smith throws a floater in for 2. J.C. McNeil now with the ball. He gives it over to Bertolette. Back to James McNeil. Over to Latch. Over to Bertolette. Bertolette fakes the pass. He drives in. Does a floater for 2. And he misses. And Gray gets the rebound. And now Smith with the ball with a chance to get the Skyhawks back up and leading for the first time since the first period, as the Falcons have practically been leading this whole game. And there will be a foul call on J.C. McNeil. He will be shooting for 1 free throw point here. R.J. Selman. He's up, and that one is in. And his second one is up. And it is clean. And the Skyhawks, for the first time since the first period, they are leading by 1 over the Falcons. Bertolette drives in, lays it up, and in for 2. And just like that, the Falcons are back in the lead. As now, Gray does a jumper, shoots, and he misses. Less than a minute left in the game. And the Falcons lose the ball, and Gentrell Taylor's there. And he misses.
Hey, hold it up, hold it up.
As J.C. McNeil will draw another personal foul. And Gardner limping back to the bench. And Thorpe will check into the game. Gardner limping over here to the sideline and will be going straight to the trainer's table. Taylor steps up to the line for his first free throw. His first one is up, and it's a miss. That is not someone you want at the free throw line right now, as he is 4 for 6. .55 seconds left in this game. It is a close one. Falcons had a big lead at 13 going in to the half and coming out, and the Skyhawks have just managed to slowly cut it down to now where they are just at 1 point, or could possibly be tied after this free throw. As Gentrell Taylor will step up to the line. And the first one is up. And it is a miss as well. And the Falcons will continue to lead. And we will see a break here. Montevallo will take a timeout here. Mason Shiflett calling the timeout for the Falcons. Score 69-68, 52 seconds left in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Can the Falcons put up enough points to keep themselves up? Or will the Skyhawks find a way to stop them and get down the court and go up again? As Bertolette is currently at 14 points, Latch at 13, and Gardner still at 11. But the big story, Selman and Smith, both for the Skyhawks, are at 17 and 14 alone for them. But 2 other players for the Falcons just 1 point away from double digits. Nathan Shiflett and McNeil. And Tharp is also at 8. And now Bertolette with the ball. Bertolette will definitely try to hold on to this ball for the Falcons and let the clock wind down as much as he can before the shot has to be dealt with. As he will now make a move, trying to step up in, and he will get stuffed. But Sam Reeves will get called for a personal foul. That is Sam Ree's third personal foul of the game. And Bertolette will step up to the free throw line. Bertolette still only took one trip, but he is clean on the night, and he makes that one. And his second shot is up, and it is in. Another clean trip to the line for Bertolette and keeps his perfect record going in the GSC, being 34 for 34 at the line. As Smith, he lays it up in for two. As the Skyhawks are right back in this again. Shiflett now at the ball. And Shiflett will take a trip to the charity line now. And the pass, or the shot is up and in for Shiflett. Shiflett is 1 for 2 tonight. Now he's 2 for 3. And his second shot now. It's up, and it is in. Smith now with the ball. Now Selman with the ball. 8 seconds. He makes a move. He does a floater, and he misses. And Shiflett will have the ball with 2 seconds left. And now Gentile Taylor drawing his 4th personal foul. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 seconds left. Score is 73-70, and Mason Shiflett now stepping up to the line to take 2 free throws, it seems, basically. So Mason Shiflett shoots his first one, and it is in. And ladies and gentlemen, and his second one is up. And it is a miss, but Shiflett gets his own rebound and puts it up in. Mason Shiflett gets his own rebound. And that will be the game, ladies and gentlemen, as the clock still does show 0.8 left, but the refs are walking right off the court. A scary one here, folks. Falcons were up by 13 coming out of half, and the Skyhawks battled back. But with late second calls, the Falcons walk out of here with a victory, 76-70 over the Skyhawks of Point University. 21 for 73 on field goals made for UM. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in to the Falcons Athletic Network. Next game versus Union at Union later this week. Next home game, not till the 31st of December. We'll be back here at Trustmark Arena at 2 p.m. for that game. Thank you again for tuning in tonight for Falcons versus Skyhawks. I'm your host, Aiden Golden, and good night.
Slide.